so excited. Do you feel like a huge weight has just been lifted?
Yes.
Okay.
I feel a lot of things. I deal with like being too excited about things, and I'm just not going to even question that anymore. I'm so excited. I've been keeping the secret for a year and a half, knowing what this album is, knowing that I couldn't wait for people to hear it. And now I've just released the single and the album cover image, and I'm just like, I haven't been able to look at my phone or check anything or see if people have responded well to it. So I'm kind of just like I feel like I'm in a holding tank.
Of course. We have this entire song that's about critics. Of course you want to know how people feel about it.
That's a very good point.
So we've been waiting for this. 1989, how does it compare to Red?
1989 is such a different album than Red. With Red, one thing I liked about it, but one thing that's very different than 1989 is that Red was very, you'd hear mandolin on one song, and then the next song you'd hear dubstep, and you'd just sort of think, what? And it was also emotionally, it was a very devastated record. It was about dealing with an intense heartbreak, and 1989 is about the phase after that where you brush yourself off and you're okay, and you write about what your life is like then.
How different was it writing an album at 22 versus 24?
Writing Red, I was 21 and 22, and back then, I think my priorities were different. My priorities I was very enamored by romance and the idea that 24, at this point, I'm just really like, I just want to be with my friends, and I want to make music, and I want to play shows, and I want to travel the world, and I want to define my life on my own terms. That's my list of priorities now, which is different than it was a couple years ago.
And you just basically promised us an album every 2 years, so what is 25, 26 going to be like? What do you want it to be like?
Well, see, I don't know if I'll stay in the holding pattern of making an album every 2 years. I'd like for that to be the minimum. I probably won't ever put out an album in less than that, because I think you need to give yourself time to change and experience things and learn lessons so that you have these things to tell your fans, these important epiphanies that you've had that may somehow apply to their life in some way, in a bad moment or a great moment or a moment where they want to dance or a moment where they want to cry, and you can be there for them in those moments because you've had enough of those moments in your own life over a 2-year period.
As you said, a lot of this album, a lot of your life right now, reflecting on friendships. Why write about friendship right now?
I think my life has changed in ways that have surprised me. Deciding to spend my time in New York, cutting my hair, becoming all of a sudden surrounded by this great group of strong, beautiful, smart women who challenge me and push me forward. Those are all changes in my life. And, I think with this album, I try not to do anything too overtly. Yes, my life is consisting of priority on friends right now, but I don't have any song that's like, best friends anthem. I really am trying to put these messages across subtly and tell stories where kind of those aspects of my life are felt rather than kind of said to you.
You do know, though, if you put that song out, it would be a top hit.
Best friends anthem.
Good. I'm just going to put it on a loop and put it out myself.
That's the worst sound anyone's ever heard. It's terrible.
I disagree. You've talked before about being sort of a normal person who's under incredibly abnormal circumstances, and I wonder, when you're making friends, if you do look for people, though, who share that life experience.
I don't really look at much other than how I feel when I'm around that person. It's mostly about that, because I am such a girl's girl, and I feel like if we like to talk about the same things, or they can teach me things, or I can teach them things, and we can just be open with each other. I really like spontaneous friends. A lot of my friends, I know I could call up and say, hey, are you busy for the next day? Road trip, let's do it. And I love people like that who have a sense of ambition and passion for what they do, but are also spontaneous and fun and can make you laugh when you're having a hard day.
All right, shake it off. Show me the motion so that I can do it at a wedding.
I do a variety. There are a bevy of things you can do. I do shake it off, shake it off, I shake it off. Okay. Or you can do you're shaking a picture or something.
Like a Polaroid.
You could if you want.
Very thematic.
You could shake this off, or you can just head shake. Get off.
Thank you. Because I'm just going to include all of them.
You
My
can.
last question to you. This is a song that's clearly for your fans about shaking off the critics, but what message do you want your critics to get from the song?
I want this song to go out in the world and not be about my critics. I want it to be about the girl who's criticizing someone in 11th grade because she thinks that her hair looks stupid. And that girl then goes and like cries in the bathroom because of it. These are things that we go through in every phase of our life. You start a new job and there's just someone who has it out for you. And I hope that maybe, you know, I had a lot of days where I would come home from school and get in the car and my mom would try so hard to console me because someone had made fun of me or someone had said something about me or not invited me to something I was dying to go to. And she would always try to find songs that would bring me out of that. And music always helped distract me from that. So I think my greatest hope is that this started out being about my life, and I just want it to go out into cars and speakers and, you know, earphones and become about their lives.